right now it's Geraldo Rivera because it's time for the Daily Take. It's good to see you, Geraldo, as always. I thought, maybe you can start big picture.
Looking good out there,
and then kind of zoom in on things. Thank you, my friend. Is your sense that Trump is looking, him for years, for an off-ramp? Is that what the last couple of days have been? He's searching for a way to get out of this thing? What's going on?
I think so, and I have it for him. And it concerns the Strait of Hormuz, which you've been reporting on all day. It's so crucial that pinch point where 20% of the world's oil goes on these tankers down the Persian Gulf and then up to the India or to China or the rest of the world. There's talk, and there was a mistaken report today that the Navy had successfully escorted an oil tanker through the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah.
What happened when that false report was broadcast? The price of oil plunged, which was what we're all cheering on. So there's obviously a close connection. People have made a connection between opening the Strait of Hormuz or keeping them open and the price, the demand for oil. I think that the United States Navy now should make the mistaken report reality. Let's escort those tankers through. Let's escort them with massive naval might overhead, with submarines to make sure there's no, surreptitious launching of underwater naval mines. Let's get a couple of these tankers through. Let's promise them free insurance. So if there is, tragically something happens, they get fully compensated. Once that goes through, once we make that a reality, once we start the oil flowing through the strait, I think the price of oil will diminish. It will give President Trump the ability to say, well, okay, the price of oil's down. Iran did not attempt to obstruct the Strait of Hormuz. Now let's progress on to the peace negotiation, Connell.
All right, well, let's talk about the mines a little bit. And by the way, the false report, as you say, that was put out by, on Twitter, at least by Chris Wright, the energy secretary, on his account, and then he quickly deleted it after that about the escort. But on the mine issue, there's been some reporting that, the U.S. intelligence that the Strait is pretty much already a minefield. It's always been a concern for years and years. We noticed when we went back that General Dan Kane, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, did address mines in that morning briefing with Hegseth, and here's what he said earlier.
U.S. CENTCOM continues today to hunt and strike mine-laying vessels and mine storage facilities. This work will continue.
Now, the president says they have no reason to believe they're mines, but if they do, obviously he sent out a warning last hour for Iran. But what about that and slowing things down, as you suggest?
Well, I believe that people now are obsessed. People obsess about different aspects of a theater in war. Whether it's infrastructure or whether it's something like mining, something like the flow of oil. I think that what is people are not fully grasping is that a mine is a big, big thing, and you got to carry it one way or another from where you made it to where you're going to plunk it down in the water, where if a ship hits it, it's going to blow up. Not so easy. And I think that what the president is suggesting, and he is the same generation as me, we go back to the days when mines, like in World War II, were a big thing. It closed, strategy and warfare was concentrated around strategy tactics with naval mines. So now the president is thinking about mines. Let's force this issue. Let's get a ship, indemnify the owners, put some volunteers on that oil tanker, put a destroyer escort on either side, put helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft overhead, put a submarine underneath. There's no way in hell that the Iranians are going to get through to damage that tanker, other than maybe a lucky shot from a guy hanging out in a sand dune in the desert. I think that's what we do. Let's force this issue.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.